So what is a doula? What does hiring a doula do for building this positive birth that I want to have?
Oh, you're asking me?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so a doula is there to support you, educate you, and make you feel safe and loved on. When we attend a birth, we bring our experience, we bring our knowledge, we bring so many tools with us. That means that we're able to help you have the birth that you wanted.
A lot of times people are hesitant because they feel like we may replace the partner. That is not our goal. Sarah always says, we know birth and you know each other. We are there to circle around you, to help your birth partner feel confident and like they can support you, and also be able to relax into the experience and enjoy it themselves.
And you always say, we make your partner look amazing.
Yeah.
We make them look like a superhero.
It's true.
So we never want to get between you. We're just gonna make you guys both feel safer, more supported, more educated. One of the things that comes up often is cost. And as a society, Canadians anyway, we're more stuff oriented than service oriented.
Oh, yeah.
We like to spend money on a thing we can have. We're fine to buy clothing and books and stuff, and then we're less likely to pay for things like house cleaners, a cook, or a doula.
Yeah.
And then specific to birth, we're happier to spend money on a really great stroller, our crib. Like, people are spending upwards of $10,000.
A diaper bag.
Oh, so much on the diaper bag. Like a $400 leather diaper bag.
Oh my gosh.
So people are happier to spend money on stuff than they are to spend on their birth experience. And yet your birth experience is going to be with you for your entire life. And birth trauma, not to scare you, is also there for your whole life. And if that's something you can avoid in your first birth, then you're not spending your second birth trying to undo and repair and heal that trauma from the first time around.
I believe the statistic is 1/3 of every first birth experience is traumatic in the eyes of the birthing person. It's really high.
True. And coincidentally, that lines up with 1/3 of all first births here in London end up being cesareans. That's not to say that those are traumatic, especially the planned ones. I'm not saying that those are traumatic, but it's just a lot of intervention, and it's a lot to think about going home with a cesarean scar and a new baby to take care of. One of the analogies we use is a wedding planner.
Yeah.
Is that what you're going to say?
Yeah, wedding planner or a personal trainer for birth.
Yeah.
Or a sherpa. You like the sherpa one?
I do like the sherpa one.
Yeah.
Like, you want to climb a mountain with your partner, but you would never expect your partner to guide you up the mountain. It's really important to have someone who's been there before, knows what they're doing.
We actually have a wedding planner client right now who hilariously said in her email, like, that's what clicked for me. When I saw you guys compare it to being a wedding planner, I was like, oh my gosh, nobody should have a wedding without a wedding planner. So obviously I need a doula. She was right.
It's awesome. Why did you hire a doula?
I hired a doula because my husband and I went to our prenatal class and learned all of the things about birth, and he was incredibly overwhelmed and knew in that moment that he was not enough. He knew that he could not manage all of those things and take care of me having zero experience, zero knowledge about birth. So he said to me at the end of our prenatal class, I think that we need to hire a doula. So we did, and my birth was fast, but fast also equals scary and overwhelming, and had my doula not been there, I would have felt fearful and alone, and we probably would have called an ambulance, and it would have been scary. But because she was there, we felt safe and as relaxed as possible, and calmly drove to the hospital with me pushing in the back seat, and I didn't have my baby in the car.
Amazing.
So it was great.
For me, I was on board with hiring a doula, and maybe this shows the difference between 10 years ago and now, because now a lot of times midwives will very clearly explain the difference to their clients between a doula and a midwife. But I said to my midwife, should I hire a doula? And she said to me, no, I'll be everything you need, and then was not at my birth. And having twins in the hospital, it would have been really nice to have had a doula there to advocate for me, to have given some suggestions so that I would have not just labored the entire time on the bed. I had back labor. It would have been nice if she could have traded out with Brandon. He was exhausted Friday night after a long work week.
Oh, yeah.
And then, so when it came to time for my next birth, I was having a home birth, and I remember even saying to my doula, like, I just need to know you're there so that I know if anything goes sideways, you'll help me decide what's right in the moment. I'm like, but you can actually play video games in the corner if you want to. I mean, obviously she didn't, but that was just kind of what I needed to feel good and safe.
Yeah.